Hello and welcome along to another episode of this FM22 story, The Head Coach, with me, Daniel. We're back today for part 101, and we have a chance in our career to make history today. For the first time, we could make the final four of the Champions League, but Arsenal stand in our way over a two-legged tie. We've got some injury concerns, we're missing some star players, but with the league almost wrapped up, we can really prioritise this. So if you're looking forward to seeing how we get on, we will see both legs of the tie today. We'll skip the Brentford game in between. Then please do put a thumbs up on the video, subscribe down below for daily FM22 content. There's a big one to come from Hemel Hempstead Town tomorrow. You can find a link to the latest season in the eye above, as well as the Twitch channel for regular live streams, the football podcast for regular predictions throughout the end of the season and the playoffs. There's also a link to the new merchandise store with 5% off all items until the 7th of May using the code LOADFM5 at checkout. And you can support the show as a channel member down below if you wish to by clicking the join button too. But there are big, important things going on in this save. Of course, the main aim, we want to win a Champions League. I don't know that we've got the side to do it here, but we've been given a tie in the quarterfinals that is winnable. We're playing the 6th place team in the English Premier League, the weakest on paper of the English sides left, according to the Premier League table. But before we go and get into it, let me show you what's happened since the last episode. Just the one game that we've played off camera. That was against Wolves. As you can see at the top right of the screen, we won it comfortably. We're quite fortunate in a way that we've got Brentford at home on Saturday because they're bottom of the league. They're on 14 points. They're miles adrift. That gives us a great chance to rotate the whole squad. Against Wolves, we didn't do that quite so much, but we got a very comfortable win. 2 for Yakubu. Vandenberg finally got his goal, and Kylian Mbappe with 10 left on the clock. What we have got, though, as a result of that, is a few slightly tired legs if I go to the tactics screen. So we've got Cristiano, Gaia and Kylian Mbappe not quite in peak condition, and Amponza supposedly needing a rest. So we are going to have to rotate a great deal over the next week or two. We have got problems still injury-wise. Both of our first-choice centre-halves out injured. Hannibal desperately unfit and needing a rest. And I'm taking a risk with Fournier coming back into the team. So let's go and head through to the fixture list. It's Barcelona v Bayern. We will be playing the winner of that tie in the semi-final. Bayern are just about the strongest team in European football. They're absolutely brilliant. They won it the season before last and they dumped us out last year. But let's go and get into the Arsenal tie. We're going to close down a couple of players. We are going to play the first team in spite of slight fitness concerns. Hannibal, the only one who would have started, that's going to be left out. But for the away leg, that's not such a bad thing because a Gumby can come in and be that sort of more anchoring central midfielder. Fournier will play despite not being fit. They're suggesting that he's nowhere near match fit, but we're giving him a go regardless. Van der Voort, been a little bit of a mixed bag this year. But we are missing both centre-halves. We've obviously lost Jalocka in January. And with Selly and Boyer out injured too, Casal comes into the number 10 role and we look a lot younger and more inexperienced than we should be. The only question I'm asking here is should I put a keeper on the bench given Fournier's fitness? And I think I'm going to have to. So Marco Halloran will drop out. I mean, the fact that we're considering him for a Champions League bench shows that we're going backwards slightly. The rest of the side, it's all right, but I'm not convinced that we're strong enough to win the Champions League. We've probably got Mbappe until the end of this season when he is out of contract, and maybe Yakubu who are at that level. I think there are two. Beyond that, we've got very good fullbacks, but the spine of our team is not as strong as it could be. So it's going to be a very big summer for Manchester United. What they're able to achieve before then is going to depend partly on luck. But Arsenal is a winnable tie. If we can make it to the last four, at the very least, is progress from last season. Well, 3 changes for us from the weekend. Fournier returns in goal. And of course, we've got the injuries to Hannibal and to Boyer in midfield. Boyer's going to be a massive miss here. Arsenal have made 4 changes. They seem to have gone a little bit younger with their side. I know Alanga's in, a former United man, and Elliot Bailey. They've also got Martin Ødegaard in the team. But the likes of Saka has dropped out, Tadebo's dropped to the bench, Milinkovic, Savic, Demiral. So they seem to be going for a younger squad, just starting to regenerate. So let's see if we can get the lads to pick up where they left off. And if we can repeat the performance we had against City on here last episode, I'd certainly take it. Well, 12 minutes on the clock. It's been a pretty quiet game so far, but we've got a free kick just inside our own half. He's worked forward towards Yakubu and Mbappe. He tries to release Casal, but it's hoof clear. Only as far as Bordinelli though. Didn't really think we'd have our backup left back and a backup midfielder signed from a championship club, or a backup defender, sorry, from a championship club, as our centre-half partnership in the Champions League quarter-final. Put in front of that Agumbi, it doesn't look particularly great, does it? It's a long ball forward. Benjamin makes the mistake. It's into Anthony Elanga, and against his former club, he scores, assisted by another former United player. And that's Xavier Benjamin, not quite making the judgment, not quite winning the header. And Arsenal are in the lead. We are in trouble early doors in this Champions League quarter. As Vasek at the back for Arsenal. Big kick downfield. This time Benjamin, not under pressure, still makes a hash of the header. And it falls for Gomez. Up to Bailey, to Erdegaard. We're in big trouble. We're 2-0 down. What on earth is going on here? We are throwing away the Champions League at the quarter-final stages. We said this side might not be strong enough, but I didn't expect to fall like this. 2-0, we've got to get a goal back. We have to be within one when we get to Old Trafford, but it's another Arsenal corner. Erdegaard in, Yakubu heads clear. And Benjamin, I mean, what a time to have an absolute shocker. And I know he came from a championship club. I know he's not the best centre-half in the world, but he's been a decent player for us. He's been solid this season. Here, he's just made error after error. As Elanga beats his man on the left again, Gaia blocks to Amponza. Yakubu plays a 1-2 to Casal. Up to Mbappe. We could really do with a moment of magic. Oh, that is a moment of magic. Dinks the keeper from 30 yards. Perfectly placed. And it's Arsenal 2, United 1. We're actually getting told to take Benjamin off because of his mistakes. That's how bad he's been. But we've got a lifeline now. If we could sneak a draw or something out of this leg, it would be a miracle. As Mbappe's free kick off the woodwork. Oh, we're really starting to press now. We've gone a little bit deeper. It's working out as Mbappe's in again down the right. But to be fair to him, he's single-handedly given us a chance here. And I do really worry for next season. What are we going to do when he's out of contract and goes as well? To lose Fernandes and Mbappe in successive years, I don't see how we recover. At half-time, we've levelled up the expected goals, but it is still 2-1 to Arsenal. If we could sneak a draw, that would be great, but given the way we started, I'd probably take this result. We have got some real concerns here because we've got a mix between fatigue and fitness issues. We've got Yakubu, Gaia and Mbappe all knackered, but then we've got Zolis playing poorly, Agumbi, Benjamin all in that category too. I think Gaia's the only one that falls into both, so I'm going to bring Mickey Lovic in once this highlight's done. Again, not a very good replacement coming from a championship club, a very average player. But at the moment, fitness might be paramount as Mbappe releases Yakubu. An equaliser would do us, and Yakubu almost provides it. It's a good save by the keeper, and Arsenal able to bring it away. Let's bring Mickey Lovic on at right back for Gaia. Little bit of fitness in there. Zolis is struggling as well. I'm going to bring on Jadon Sancho with all of his experience for him. And then the third one, we choose between Yakubu, Mbappe and Amponza. As Arsenal head just over the bar, I think it's going to be Amponza. We've got Emre Özcan who can come into midfield. It's not the best option, but I think it will do. So we're going to go Özcan on for Amponza. Casal will drop in, and we'll just put him as a sort of deep line playmaker. It does a bit more to protect Lovic as well, and it means we're able to progress up the pitch with Özcan. The plan's to try and hit him on the counter and get an equaliser from somewhere. The stats are fairly even now, both possession and shots, but it's Arsenal who we're seeing more from in these highlights, as Asprilla picks it up in the middle, to Milinkovic-Savic who's found his way on. Out to Thierry Randall, the left back, smashes the woodwork with a wonderful effort. Pavati doesn't help his keeper there either. As Arsenal come down the right-hand side, the attack is snuffed out. Now we're back at the other end for a set piece. The game's coming to life. Bordenelli heads over. 10 minutes to go. Can we find a goal that will get us right back in this Champions League tie? It's not a disaster. It's better than the first 15 minutes made it look like it was going to be. But it's still not ideal as Pavati in down the left. Back post to Yakubu. He never misses them. Oh, point blank range with a free header at the back post. He had to score. But this could be the 190th minute. Mbappe, free kick 20 yards out. Just wide of the post. As Casal gives the ball away. Don't let Arsenal get a third. That could destroy it. Gomez gets past Bordenelli. Benjamin can't catch him. Fournier makes a crucial save. That's why we wanted the first choice keeper back in. With 1 minute of stoppage time to go, this game's a lot more open than I'd like it to be. Or that the instruction suggested it should be, as here comes Emre down the left, gives it away again. Arsenal back with Bertan, gives it to Vasek. They're just keeping possession now, think they're happy with the result. Randall finds Milinkovic-Savic, Elanga up to Mullen. Elanga again, been brilliant against his former club. Goes back to his fullback. Randall into Milinkovic-Savic. Big switch of play, Sancho intercepts. To Mbappe, 94th minute would be the perfect time. But that'll be helpful as well. Arsenal going to be down to 10, surely. He's not booked him. How has he bottled that? He had to send him off for a second yellow there. Absolutely disgraceful. Arsenal cleared the ball. It finishes 2-1. It was an eventful tie, to say the very least. But going back to Old Trafford, we're still in it. Not the ideal result, not the performance or outcome we were hoping for. With 90 minutes to go at Old Trafford, I'd still back us to have a very good chance at getting through. Well, fitness test time ahead of the second leg. We've had a very good week since the first leg away at Arsenal, but we do trail 2-1 and we need to come back. It looks like just about everyone's fit. They have been well rested, and Ignacio, crucially, can come back into defence. But let me show you very quickly what happened against Brentford. A 5-0 victory despite 10 changes. 2 for Luiz, 1 for Rashford, 1 for Bordenelli and 1 for Jadon Sancho. And we even got to play some of the youngsters. Stephen Redmond, Marco Halloran, Gino Alberte all started. And Zach Halliday, who's leaving the club in the summer, came off the bench to give Bordenelli a break. What we have also got, though, is a Premier League winners' medal, because City dropped points again, this time against Norwich. They now can't get past the mid-80s in terms of points, which shows you again how disappointing the challenges are. Again, the Premier League is the easiest to win, and ultimately, if we do go out the Champions League tonight, it's the one that saves our job again. Interesting to see that Barcelona beat Bayern 1-0 in the first leg, albeit Bayern are at home for this second one. So let's make all the changes recommended, see what our team looks like. We'll be back in a minute to run through the full 11. Well, this is the team we've gone for, including some very controversial decisions. Magno Luiz comes in on the left wing. He's going to be the man that we're trusting here, because he scores goals and he plays better there and more consistently than Sancho, who's old now, and Solis, who's not quite been in form. We've also again gone for Casal and Benjamin, despite his poor first leg performance. Hannibal plays in centre midfield, everyone else is fit. So I'll just give you the 11 because I can't remember who's changed and who's not. Fournier between the sticks, Pavati and Guy are the fullbacks, Benjamin partnered by Ignacio a centre half, and Ponza and Hannibal in the middle, Yakubu and Magno Luiz the wingers, and then Santiago Casal behind Kylian Mbappe up front. Into the second leg we go at Old Trafford, 1 goal deficit for Manchester United. Let's see if we can turn it around and reach a semi-final for the first time in the Champions League. 5 changes for Arsenal, a few players that featured in the first leg not starting today, so the likes of Bailey, Asprilla and Sotomayor all drop out. It is a quite young side again, but we've seen Bukayo Saka come back in. For us, we all know what we've got to do. We've got to get on the front foot, we've got to get early goals, and we've got to put Arsenal to bed. If not, it could be quarter-final disappointment for the second year in a row. Well, 7 minutes on the clock, and we're back with a corner kick into the back post from Yakubu's header, but he can't quite get it on target. It's fallen away towards Casal. Here's Hannibal, out to Gaia. He's got Mbappe on the overlap. Into the box he goes. 3 in the middle if he can get it in. Back to Gaia, across to Casal. Off the line by Bertan. The keeper was beaten. 5 shots already in 10 minutes, but yet to officially hit the target. So surely that block one should count. As Benjamin heads it back to Fournier and we keep the pressure on. Let's start again here. Nearly a quarter of an hour gone. Here's Ignacio. Out to the left-hand side he goes, finds Magno Luiz, and back to Pavati. He finds Ignacio and Hannibal and Casal, over the top to Yakubu on the right. Chance to cross, he cuts it back to Kylian Mbappe, forced backwards to Gaia! Oh my words! Nearly missed the game because he picked up a hamstring strain in training at the weekend. He's just about fit, and he's put a beauty of a curler into the top corner. He doesn't often score, Cristiano Gaia. But that one could be both special and very, very important. 1-0 on the night, 2-2 on aggregate, Arsenal not having a sniff. And how crucial was getting that 1 goal back going to be? Because 2-1, that late save from Fournier in the first leg to keep it just the 1 goal deficit has made a massive difference as we get here. The problem is, as we approach half-time, we've only hit the target twice. But we have got a corner, and it would be the perfect time to take the lead in this tie as Benjamin heads just wide. It was a great header, but couldn't quite find the target. Half time, it's been a brilliant display, but we need to hit the target more, and we need to get the lead very quickly. 1-0 on the night, but still level on aggregate, as it's an Mbappe corner. It appears to be our best chance. Yakubu's header is tipped onto the crossbar. It's a wonderful save, and Benjamin puts it in again. Magno Luiz with a shot this time. Straight at Vasek. The offside flag was up, but that's more like it. The expected goals over 2 already, but we're not able to find them, as Mbappe into Inacio, again tipped onto the bar. Rebound from Pavati, blocked by the defender. It's out for another corner kick. Arsenal are clinging on for dear life, as Mbappe puts it in. Yakubu heads over. Finally some respite for the visitors. This is a scintillating performance. Well, with just over an hour gone, I've got to think about changes, because Magno Luiz, it just seems whoever starts doesn't perform. I'm going to replace him with, I think, Rashford. I'm going to go aggressive. We're going to take Santiago Casal off for Uzun or Sancho. I'm going to go Jadon Sancho, and I'm going to take off Hannibal for a Gumby. A more aggressive and attacking front four, and a Gumby just gives us a bit of solidity. 63 minutes gone, we're still level in a tie. And with 20 left, we're here playing out from the back again. I mean, Arsenal have had no threat today. If they score, it will be a crime. As Amponza gives it to a Gumby, and Sancho can release Yakubu, who's not quite got the legs there. Just overhit from Jadon Sancho, but a lovely idea. As Vasek rolls out from the back to Carboni. He plays it into midfield. Can we press high and catch them out here? Or are they going to be able to break free? Erdegaard's deep. He finds Carboni as centre half. Not in a rush to play forward. Saka will bring it away though. Goes down the line. Yakubu nicks it off him. It's brilliant defensive work from the winger. Back to Cristiano Gaia, whose goal has kept us in this so far. Though Benjamin nearly makes another clanger. Wins it, makes amends immediately. Gives it to Pavati on the left-hand side. Flying forward under no pressure. Then he concedes it to Gomez. And Magri, don't you do us like this. They've not had a shot all game, but Bailey's in one-on-one. Oh, what can you do about that? 20 minutes to go, Arsenal level on the night, and if you've ever seen a goal against the run of play, that's got to be the one surely. First shot of the night, and Arsenal are level, 3-2 up on aggregate, we're in Champions League trouble, and ultimately, we can win the Premier League as many seasons in a row as we want. If we keep bottling in a Champions League, we're a failure here, as Yakubu gets there on the right, to Gaia, to Amponza, good effort, great save Vasek. Over the bar for a corner kick. I've no idea what the score is in the other tie either. We'll have to have a look in a bit. But at the moment, it's not going to matter because Arsenal are starting to get attempts on goal. We've had 28 shots. The expected goals is nearly 3. And it's 1-1 as Agumbi wins it on halfway to Benjamin. Forced all the way back to the keeper Fournier and out to Pavati on the left. Finds Inacio. He comes forward down the line. Up towards Mbappe. He's in one-on-one. Kylian Mbappe scores. The tie's level again, 2-1 on the night, 3-3 on aggregate. Now we've got to push on and win it. 8 minutes to go, Arsenal tiring, they've been chasing the ball all night. Now let's take advantage of one of these chances, because extra time does not suit our ageing team. Though it's an Erdegaard free kick, and we might end up losing this. Pavati heads away, Rashford runs onto it. We've got a 2-on-2 momentarily. Releases Mbappe, he's through on goal. Can he win it? Oh my word, he's rounded the keeper and put it wide. He's missed an open goal. And that has prevented us going through. We're into extra time. We need one more goal. Who do I take off? Yakubu's the most tired. Other players have been poor. And Ponza's on a yellow and tired in midfield. But I have to take Yakubu off. I'm going to put Rashford over to the right. Zolis on the left. I'm presuming we won't get any more changes than that. Wish the rules changed during FM to replicate substitutes in real life. But there we go, into extra time. We've dominated this match, but it's still level on aggregate, as there's a throw on the right for Arsenal with Bertan. I'd expect them to maybe be fitter towards the end. They've got that younger side generally, as Fournier plays out to Xavier Benjamin. Into Inacio. First game back from injury, he's going to play 120, not ideal. Agumbi, in midfield, back to Inacio. Pavati down the line to Zolis. We're looking at him as the fresh legs now. Sancho through towards Mbappe is massively overhit and is cleared downfield. Bailey loses out to Benjamin. Rashford can get down the right. What can he produce? Been a bit part player this year, but releases Sancho into the box. He beats a challenge. Is headed away at the back post from the cross. Pavati brings it down again to Agumbi. Inside to Amponza. The pressure's building for Arsenal. Agumbi again finds Amponza. Into Rashford. Just onside. Finds Gaia. Finds Mbappe. 3-1 on the night. And for the first time, Manchester United are ahead in this tie. We're 189 minutes in. But extra time is looking a lot rosier now. Well, it's half time in extra time. We've got the crucial lead now. Let's go and have a look at what the score is in the Champions League if we get a chance. As Aspria's off the bench on the left for Arsenal. And they're going to be throwing the kitchen sink at us now. There's no time to wait. There's no time to cling on. As Magri hits the post from distance. Jeez, we are not making this comfortable. It should be out of sight. It should have been out of sight in 90. But here come Arsenal again. Aspria. Oh no. He's put an absolute rocket in the top corner. We'll worry about the fact that he was completely unopposed in there. But that's one hell of a finish. And now we're back in trouble. We've got 9 minutes of extra time to go. And Arsenal have drawn level again as Agumbi finds solace. Inside from the left. Finds Ignacio. It's Sonny Pavati to Zolis. Down the line to Sancho. He's got two in the middle. Sancho for Mbappe. And now we're back ahead. Chaos has ensued in extra time. The tired legs are showing on both sides. We are going to drop our mentality to balanced. And we're going to try and sit as deep as possible. Expected goals 4. We've now got the 4 with it. 34 shots, 11 on target. And this game is still not put to bed as Pavati finds Zolis to Sancho. 1 minute plus stoppage time to go. Sancho from the left. Cuts it back to Zolis. Is that a penalty? Nothing given. It's back to Rashford. He can cross. That one's a penalty, surely. And while that's occurring, even though it might give us a 2-goal lead, I'm just going to get the time wasting on because you all know how I roll in the last minute of these games. Hence the fact most of our merchandise store is themed on time wasting. As we've got a penalty kick, who's going to take it? Marcus Rashford is the man. Fernandes has left the club last season, retiring from his role. And that means Rashford can step up to put us in the Champions League semi-final. Manchester United 5, Arsenal 2, 6-4 on aggregate after extra time. Boy, have we made hard work of that. But we can finally start to look at who we're going to face. The game is over. Arsenal put up one hell of a scrap. And if we play like that against Bayern Munich or Barcelona, I'd imagine it's going to be a very tough semi-final. Let's skip ahead and see who we face and then find out when the game is, because that's all we've got left to worry about on the schedule. Well, I told you Bayern were good, didn't I? They've made slightly easier work of Barcelona, and that will be our semi-final. I'm not confident. Let's look at when it's going to be. The first leg is on the 27th of April, 2 weeks from now. Going to be a lot of youngsters playing in the Premier League, because we will be back, same as this episode, to show both legs of that game. We'll play our first team against Villa next Wednesday, reserves against Leeds, Spurs and Sheffield United, because my job is to try and win a Champions League, and against the best team in Europe by a country mile, it's going to be one hell of a challenge in the semis. So if you did enjoy this episode, a pretty blockbuster Champions League tie, then please do put a thumbs up on the video. Let me know in the comments whether you think we can win it. I think the semi-final is going to be a bridge too far because Bayern are just too good. We saw some of their players earlier on, but at least we've won that Premier League title. It's only one trophy this year probably, but it's going to save us and keep us in the job. We're back tomorrow with what promises to be a chaotic transfer deadline day in the Hemel save. There's also a couple of tributes to some former stars there too. And you can find a link to the latest season of That in the Eye above, as well as the Twitch channel, the football podcast, and the new merchandise store too. 5% off at checkout using code LOADFM5 for the next 2 weeks. But above my head now, I'll put yesterday's Hemel Hempstead episode, an end of an era for a particular reason. And I'll see you here for the semi-final in 2 days' time. Thanks for watching.